Both these
Yeah,
players play
I
unusual
agree.
settings, so.
Here we have it, game one. And I'm going to have team colors on for the entirety of the series. Pike is here in the blue, Lojza in the red, and no wall mod, T90 Series 3. This is going to be fun. Lojza, when I asked him if he wanted to play Pike, his response was very short, and he said, "Sure, I'll kill Pike anytime." So
That's his response for any player.
so it's gonna be really fun. I think we're gonna see these players talk like in the chat here during the
Oh god.
game. There's gonna be a lot of salt. So Dave, why don't you start with one of these players' maps and
Can we look at Lojza first and that Illuminati resource that's going on at the hill in the front?
yeah. Are you
Oh my
referring to the
goodness, man.
the
Yeah,
to the
he's got
golds and the stone and
he's got two Tetris blocks. He's got the berries and the gold and Tetris L's.
oh
And then
you
he's
mean
got the stone at the front.
you
And
mean the
it's just
actual
all in the
shape?
hill. Yeah, it's all in the hill. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in
I
an
didn't. Oh,
ugly position there, man. I
yeah,
don't like that at all.
yeah. So
The
we're gonna have
wood's
to
safe at
refer to
least,
that.
but
I will say that this map is not as open as we've seen in games 4. The Illuminati's going into the chat now, but we have seen open maps like in the last series, Tato and Max. They had such bad maps, but Loiza's taking that back wood line to the left. He is surrounded by hills, which will be difficult, and it's not like he can wall off very easily. He does have the gold to the right of the TC, and then the stone, and then the berries, like you said, all on the hill. His other gold's to the right-hand side of the main gold at the top, and the third gold's to the left of his woodline, way over there. So I think Loiza's going to have to lock that down, and ooh, look at this. Loiza's trying to stop Pike from bringing in this boar. And oh, he's coming back for it, Dave. He's coming back for it. Is he going to be able to stop it? Pike doesn't see it. Loiza doesn't see the Vil. Oh man,
yeah, it was too
that was
late.
close. But anyway, what do you think about Pike's map? I kind of took over, to be honest,
Pike's
regarding
map is
Loiza's map.
it's so closed in. The only difficult thing about Pike's map was the boars were in
Yeah,
really bad locations, right? So
yeah, I do like his map. The back gold, the back woodline, the stone. Looks like the scouts
yeah,
are
I mean
continuing
it's
to
so
fight.
it'll just take a couple houses to make that so secure, right? And you have the
Well,
no wall mod on, but even like
well, not in
we've
Huns,
seen, right?
not in Huns. So it's not gonna happen in Huns.
Oh
but...
yeah, true. They are hunts. Wow. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I need
It's
a
alright.
beer. It's Friday. Jeez. Oh my god. Start thinking here.
It's all right. So I was also trying to pay attention to the scouts. Lois has just stolen 2 of Pike's sheep, and that's probably a good win for him. Also, he had the advantage in the scout war, which is why he got there in the first place. Pike was able to get that boar in though, and I'm really interested to see what Lois is going to do. Oftentimes, you'll see situations where one player is going to be forced to be the aggressor. I think both players will be aggressive here, but I'm curious as to what Lois is going to do because of all the hills he has. It looks like Pike's now finding his sheep here. But Dave, if you recall, what was the trend in all the games with Tato and the Max? What was the main unit in the feudal age we saw?
Oh, it's man at arms, and it makes sense. It makes so much sense. Like I don't know if we can go back and witness Davis before the first No Wall mod series.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
said the strongest unit is going to be man at arms because what's the counter to man at arms? You put up palisades. You
yeah,
can't put
exactly,
up palisades with this. And with
exactly.
Huns, you can't even put up houses, as I just learned about 2 minutes ago. There's no way to quick wall it out, and that is the counter to man at arms. It's quick wall, especially
Yeah.
if you get them to the enemy's base fast enough before they can get some archers going. So I would not be surprised to see more man at arms coming out here, and
You're
especially
100% correct.
yeah, I mean especially from these two players who are fairly. I mean, Lois is pretty stupid, but he's a pretty smart player. And Pike strikes me as a pretty. That's for Loiza later when he rewatches this, by the way. But Pike strikes me as a pretty smart player as well. And I think they'll figure it out, if not in this first game, a couple games in to go for the man at arms.
Pike Scout here is getting close to the TC. Okay, he's running right by. I did notice. Oh, he actually lost the
Dead.
scout. Oh, that's bad. And if you look at his scouting information, he didn't see. He only saw 2 of the Illuminati resources here. He didn't see 3 of them. He didn't see the wood line either. But I think Pike will be going for man-at-arms. He's 2 on gold now. Did have 3. Going out to the deer. Meanwhile, Lojza hasn't touched gold. What I was trying to say before the scout went down is that the sheep that Lojza stole changed hands like 3 or 4 times as we were discussing things. Lojza stole them, Pike stole them back, Lojza stole them back.
That's a really good deer patch from Pike. He's got he's got so many deer there, dude. He's got 7 deer. Just drop a mill right in the middle there.
He most likely will. He is going man-at-arms, it seems, so he's not going to need to build a stable or an archer range too early, so he's researching man-at-arms. Meanwhile, Lojza is going for the stable on the hill. So it's going to be scouts versus man-at-arms, and just looking at Lojza's woodline on the right-hand side, that's really vulnerable to man-at-arms. Also the berries. The other woodline's maybe not as bad, but either way, the man-at-arms can still walk around. There's no potential for walling this. And I'm pretty sure Lojza just spotted that 1 man-at-arm from Pike, and gonna have to mass some scouts to deal with this.
Yeah, scouts against man-at-arms aren't really the best. Not really the best counter unless he can get like a good engagement on the hill, or if he's just gonna pick them off one by one. I mean, he could do it right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's just missed out on that one. I looked at the line of sight. The man-at-arms coming in now. Oftentimes, as unorthodox as it is, sometimes you'll see players make spears as well, because they auto-attack and just something. Now, it looks like 1 man-at-arms will go down there for Pike, and I don't know why he's sending them out one by one.
That was a bit sloppy to send them out one by one. I mean, I think he thought his spear would be there in time. He made 3 men-at-arms and 2 spears, and a 3rd spearman coming out now that he's seen the scouts. But to invest in that man-at-arm upgrade with only 3 of them?
Yeah, and the real issue...
Is it a bluff?
The real issue with the man-at-arms here for Pike is that he didn't get the militia out in the Dark Age, and oh wow, a Vill's definitely going to go down here.
2
just a matter of how many Vills.
Yeah. Nope, only 1, okay.
1, and the spear's there.
But look at the man-at-arms on the gold though, and I don't think there's much Lojza can do about that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Good positioning.
And he can't get the archer range down that he's trying to build to counter the man-at-arms.
Yeah, and that archer range is going to be probably denied for now. And Pike is coming across with another, well, the same spear. He's pushing these scouts back, but really, in reality, I think that Lojza is coming back to save his archer range. He's sending a villager there to try and build it. He doesn't want to delete it.
And he's got to be careful with his scouts, too. He does not want to delete it, but he's going to have to.
He's going to have to.
Because Pike is going to kill this.
And there's spears there from Pike, and Pike's doing the right thing and bringing the spears because... You know, Lojza can't engage with the scouts. There's 3 spears. All Lojza has right now is scouts versus 3 spears and 2 man-at-arms, and that gold on the hill.
I told you, man. Tetris gold. It's just not working out for him. Tetris gold only works out if you have a palisade.
Oh, and the villager should go down here. So close. 1 HP. But finally an archer range up for Lojza. He doesn't have enough to make a lot of archers because he's being disrupted on his gold.
The villager went down.
Lojza
lost the bill. Yep. One thing I've noticed from Pike, though, the deer patch, his villagers have been idle for about 2 minutes now.
Oh, and I'm not even going to look because I can see them on the minimap. I want to focus on this fight. I actually think this is to get pushed back now.
Well, there's a tower placement from Pike on that gold. So I don't know if he's coming forward with... no, he's sending them back now.
That'll be interesting because look at Pike's gold now as the scouts have looped around from Lojza. With the counterattack, he's killed 1 villager. And he could go back in for some more Vill kills here, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a forward tower there.
Well, there still is a placement for a forward tower, but Pike just hasn't canceled it yet.
I'll switch
it's on Lojza's gold.
Point of view.
It was in a really good spot, but he sent the farmers back he was gonna go build with. So, and those villagers on the deer are still idle. Oh
my gosh, Pike.
Oh man.
Oh, it's really bad. But this is an interesting army composition from Pike.
It really is, because he made those 3 men-at-arms, he lost 1, and then he shifted into spearmen.
Yeah.
How often do you see that? And then into
Well,
archers.
yeah. This is really. It almost reminds me of some of the older games I've seen where they make like every technology. I mean every military unit. But Archer's coming out from Pike now. He's adding in skirms as well. But the thing is if he goes full skirm, Lojza can throw out the scouts.
Oh, he finally noticed those villagers, and he's making a
And
farm with one.
he
He doesn't
noticed
see
the
the deer.
villagers.
He
could
didn't see
actually
the other
loot.
deer.
But more importantly, he's just lost a villager on his berries, and Lojza's just getting the heck out of dodge. And Fletching's just not coming in for Pike, so maybe he can push it back. Oh, he doesn't see that.
And he's gonna lose another villager,
Oh,
I
he
think.
doesn't see. Yeah, I think the villager.
Nope, close.
Very close.
It's
But
gonna
why
survive.
build a farm out there?
And,
Why build a
then why
farm
go
out there?
back to the farm as well?
On 8 HP. What? Oh man, doesn't make any sense. But
I was so hyped up about the fact he doesn't see those 4 deer. Why would
Yeah.
he mill 3
well,
deer?
I mean that is a huge deal.
Or maybe
to be
they-
honest. Yeah.
That's a massive deal. If he had seen them, his villagers would have gone out there instead of staying idle for 3
Yeah.
minutes.
Exactly.
So I was wondering why they were just standing around like union workers, right? Terrible.
Wow.
Sorry,
we
all
we
union
lost
workers
our,
watching the stream.
We lost our union worker audience. All right.
He's gonna
so,
lose that bill.
Yeah, so smart from Lojza, really, to go back with those 2 scouts and pick off that Vil. But the main engagement's going on with the skirmishers and the archers, and Lojza's clicked up to Castle Age. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's an insane time.
Pike looks kind of rusty here.
Kind of rusty. Lojza's been playing like all day. I was at work and I was looking at some streams and Lojza was playing. But the one thing is that Pike is investing into scouts.
Yeah.
So if he can get some good shots on the skirms and push in, I don't
It's gonna
think
be
he
really tough for
realizes
him, though.
Yeah, I just don't think he realizes that Lojza's up, because if you look at the score, Lojza is still ahead. Normally you'd see the score dip and they'd be below you, but he doesn't realize this, and this could be bad if Pike doesn't realize that Lojza's running around the right
And Lojza's
side.
gonna go with. He's got skirmishers in that group, so I think. Oh, good archer range from
Yeah.
Pike to kind of deny him entry there, because he could have looped right through that wood
Yep.
and into the gold.
Archer range could actually go down here. I'm not sure if he deleted it or if it was
Yeah, he
lost.
deleted it. Yeah.
I'm guessing it was deleted because he's a lot of wood. But Lojza just needs to buy himself some time, not lose this army, just run away. And decent engagement for Pike, to
That's
be
some
honest.
great micro from Pike there.
Yeah,
Like right as he's in range, you click,
yeah.
or he's just spamming. No, I don't think he's spamming patrol the way the units were reacting. I don't think so. But that was some pretty good micro to snipe some units there.
I really don't think Pike is expecting the fact that Lojza's going to be up. Because he's getting bloodlines, he's getting the scale barding, he seems to be taking his time, and he's called the GG.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was, man, I will say it right now. The deer villagers, the 4 deer villagers was the TSN turning point. TSN's
I
a
mean-
sports network near here, and they say turning point
I
for
figured-
things. I fill you in.
I figured. If you see this on the screen, guys, it says "Voters, if you hear me, vote for Arena Kappa." Was it just said? So there you go, guys. You got a little peek of the game room. Take a look at the achievements, and not a lot of units killed. Really, it was just execution in the end. Lojza did have better resources. He did deal with the man at arms though.